Hey, Monte with Scoopnos Novozilenia with you here again, talking about questions that I get from people. So I'm going to start a series of questions that deal with the idea of Jesus. Today we're going to talk about who is Jesus and how is he different from other religious leaders. So there are some things that we know about Jesus. We can say that Jesus was a carpenter. He was the son of a carpenter from a little town in an insignificant area of Israel. Those things we know are absolutely true. We can also say that Jesus was the Messiah, the one who would voluntarily die for the sins of all humanity. He was the Son of God. He was God in the flesh. So maybe it'd be good to ask you the question, what do you believe about Jesus? Whatever you believe, it must be based on something. I hope that you would not form an opinion about someone so controversial without doing some investigation on your own. Because Jesus did make the claims that I just mentioned about being the Son of God, the Messiah, God in the flesh. And we also know that many people's lives were radically changed based on interactions with him. Those who walked closely to him died because of what they knew to be true about him. These men, as the Bible tells us and as history tells us, they turned the world upside down because of what they had seen done by Jesus and the words they heard from him. We even count the year numbers based on his life. BC stands for before Christ, and AD stands for Anno Domini, or in the year of our Lord from Latin. Although recently attempts have been made to erase him with these new notations of BCE, which means before the Common Era, and CE, or Common Era. And so this has been done by the scientific and academic communities to try to erase Jesus. But the truth remains that time revolves around the life of Jesus. So those are some things I want to point out. It's clear that Jesus lived and his life was documented. We know that he existed, even though, incredibly, some still deny that today. They can't be taken seriously, though, because even historians outside of Christianity wrote about the existence of Jesus and his claims. Jewish historian Josephus wrote about him, although obviously giving him no credit to being the Messiah. Roman historian Tacitus also recorded the story of Jesus. Suetonius, as well as Pliny the Younger, were other Romans who attested to the life of Jesus, as well as the claims surrounding him as the Messiah. Very few people dispute the fact that Jesus actually lived. But secondly, he fit the Jewish Old Testament prophecies exactly. Now, set aside the biblical claims that he was born of a virgin, which I'm going to talk about that in another video. Set aside where he was born, the timing of his birth. All of these things were predicted hundreds of years before they actually happened. Micah 5:2 foretold that he would be born in Bethlehem. That was fulfilled in Matthew chapter 2, the gospel. Where he and his family would go shortly after he was born was foretold in Hosea chapter 11, verse 1. It was fulfilled in Matthew chapter 2, verse 15. Where he and his family would live was foretold in Isaiah chapter 11, verse 1. We know he was raised in Nazareth because Matthew chapter 2, verse 23 tells us. Now, none of these were in his control either. And these are just a few of the prophecies fulfilled in the first short years of his life. There are 42 prophecies in Isaiah 53 alone that are fulfilled or completed in the few hours before and after the death of Jesus. So the third thing I want to point out is he performed miracles. And Jesus did what many other supposed holy men could never do, and it was perform miracles. Now, this is not seriously disputed, even by Jewish historians, only they call it magic in their writings of the Mishnah and the Talmud. So, I really like how a man named J. Warner Wallace explains how other religions dealt with the reality of Jesus. He says this about those religions that either popped up after Jesus' life or even the ones that existed before Jesus' life. They either, one, modify themselves in response to him, two, they mentioned his life and ministry, or three, even merged him into their worldview. As influential as his life was, this should not at all be surprising. So the Hindu religion that predated Jesus' life merged him into their teachings. They viewed him as a sadhu or an acharya, which is an exalted expert or guru. And they claimed that he was divine, a wise teacher, and even considered him an Aishu, which means a Hindu saint. What about Buddhism? So most Buddhists honor and respect Jesus' self-sacrificial life. They have merged him into their system and refer to him as an enlightened man and consider him a wise teacher. So let's talk about Islam. The Quran mentions Jesus often, calling him a chosen messenger, a prophet of God. That comes from chapter 19, verse 30. It claims that he was born of a virgin, chapter 3, verse 47. He performed miracles, chapter 3, verse 49. And that he was the Messiah, chapter 5, verse 75. Now, these are just a few of the examples. And if we took every ancient manuscript evidence, if every Bible were to somehow be destroyed, even from the writings, beliefs, and acknowledgments of other religions, we could construct a solid understanding of who Jesus was and what he did. So we really can say that these other religions legitimize Jesus and the events of his life. It's like they're saying, Jesus is a way to truth and life also. Now, the colossal difference with Jesus is in his own words. He doesn't point to any other religion, teaching, way, or person. He says in John chapter 14, verse 6, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. Nobody comes to the Father except they come through me. So others point to him as a way. He claims to be the only way. So using the exclusive claim that Jesus loudly makes should disqualify him from being referred to as a guru or exalted prophet or holy man. These other religions should be calling him a liar or a lunatic, but they don't. This exclusive claim is the biggest difference between Jesus and everyone else. He's the most significant person in all of history without any questions, and to dismiss him would be a gigantic mistake. So if you have other questions that you would like to ask about Jesus, check out the other videos that I'm going to do concerning the life of Jesus and his person. But if none of those address your question, please reach out to us. We'd love to sit down and talk with you. Follow the information listed on the QR code that follows this video. And we'd love to sit down, have a chance to talk to you. So until the next video, God bless you.